Hey guys, this is Scott Leroy Marketing, coming in for another weekly tip, and today's tip is actually about landing pages again. So we've previously done this in our landing page course, but a lot of people have asked us just to make a quick tip about it, so we're going to do that as well, of how to actually create a quick landing page. So we recently did an updated one on how you can actually make a single property site, so obviously you'll know how to do that, but now we're just going to go through and make it simple as possible, so that way you can actually set this up for other items too, whether it's going to be an open house, anytime you might be showing the property, whatever it might be at the end of the day. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is obviously log into Command like we are right now, and then we're going to click on our Sites option over here at the bottom left. Now, one thing to note, if the Sites section is not displaying for you, please zoom out. Alright, so if you're on a PC, Control and the minus key, that'll zoom out a little bit. If you're on a Mac, Command and the minus key will zoom out. Alright, depending on your screen, it might not show this if it's kind of zoomed in a little bit. Alright, now once we click on Sites, this is where all of our landing pages are automatically going to display. Alright, so you can see we have a couple different options on here that we've done previously, including open house ones, market snaps, landing page ones. Alright, so all you'll need to do to create a brand new landing page is click the Create a New Site option at the top right up here. Now this is where you can actually create a brand new site not a brand new site, a brand new page on your website or a brand new landing page. Alright, so even though it says create a new site, alright, you're actually not creating a brand new command site, if that makes any sense. So once I click on create a new site, as you can see, I can put it on my agent site, which is going to be your kw.com command site, or as a standalone page, which is going to be the landing page. Alright, so once I click as a standalone page on here and I click create page, alright, this is going to take us over to our editor that we can utilize right away. Alright, so when taking a look at this editor, we're going to have all of our widgets on the right hand side. It looks like even though I'm in Chrome, probably should have hopped into incognito mode just to be safe. Some of the items up here are missing right now, that's okay. And then we'll have our content blocks and our layout block. Alright, so what I usually suggest in this case is you can actually put inside the lead form on here up at the top. That way it'll say interested, let's talk, and you can see, here's where they can put inside their info. And then the listing right below that. Alright, so that way you can actually have information about the listing on here. Now, a lot of people will typically put in most landing pages the contact information or the lead form at the very bottom. Now, if you're sending this out, that's perfectly fine. You can definitely put it out there. If you're doing an open house like sign-in sheet or any type of sign-in sheet, having it at the top will make it more predominant for people to see right away. Alright, now once you add inside these two widgets, you can obviously add inside additional items on here as well if you want. Alright, or I can just go ahead and click that Configure Widgets button at the bottom right down here. Now once I click on Configure Widgets, it's going to display both of my widgets for me to utilize. So if I click on lead form, for instance, here's the only thing that's going to pop up. Form header text, interested, let's talk. So if this is for a sign-in sheet, I could just put on here, fill out the information below to sign into the open house. Alright, and then I'm going to go to the next one on here as well. Alright, and then I can actually find my listing that I want to display. Alright, so I'm going to click on Browse Listings real quick. And it's going to pop up with all active listings that we can utilize. Alright, now once again, you can click on the property address on here and you can either search for the property address, you can search by the MLS number, or the KWLS ID if you want to find your listing immediately. Alright, so just as an example, I'm just going to use this first one that pops up. I'm going to click on the select option on here. And then immediately we can go through and we can actually change the header image. So if we want to update that, you're definitely more than welcome to. Alright, typically in most cases, the first image is going to be the frontal view of the property, so this is perfect to use. Alright, so I'm going to leave that as is, and then I'm going to click Save and Apply real quick. Alright, so once I click on Save and Apply, let me come back over here because I didn't click Save and Apply for this one, so let me go and add this in. So learn from my mistake real quick. Alright, please fill out the information below I'll just put sign in. Perfect. Alright, so always click Save and Apply before you go to the next widget on there. My apologies, I forgot to do that. Alright, so now that I've got this added in on here, I have the information about the property below as well. Alright, then we can actually go through and start to utilize this immediately. Alright, so once again, I'm going to click on Browse Listing. I want to make sure this comes up with the proper information. I'm going to click on Select again. This looks perfect. Let's use this one. And Save and Apply on here. All right. All right, so I'm actually going to change up the listing real quick because it looks like the listing that I just chose as an example on here is not pulling up all the information quite yet. So I'm going to change this out. Obviously, if you're pulling up your actual listing on here, it'll automatically have it. So I'm going to use one near our location on here. So I'm going to go through and use this one instead, so that way you can actually see what it'll look like when it changes everything over. Perfect. All right, and pretty much at the end of the day, as you can see, then it's going to have information on the property. So here's obviously an image of it, the address. This one's obviously pending on here. Here's the actual information on it, square foot, beds, baths, the year it was built. All right, about the property on here too. Once again, more information that you can actually view and more images. All right, so this will help out tremendously, just to obviously give the person that's viewing this property a little bit more info on this as well. All right, so I love that you can actually take a look at everything on here and it just auto-populates for you. Now, a couple of the things I'd highly suggest doing. First thing first, up here at the top left, let's go ahead and change the name of this. Illinois Street, house sign in. All right, so once I change that name, then I can go ahead and click on Save Landing Page or Publish Page on here. So I'm going to click on Save Landing Page real quick. I want to save this. All right, it was created. So now, as you can see, it's currently in draft on here. So if I want to go through and update it, I can publish it. And then on the right-hand side, I can click these three little dots to always go through and edit it again. So I'm going to edit it real quick. So I'm going to come back over it to check on it even further. And if I click on Publish Page, this will publish immediately on here. All right, I always like to save it first before I publish it. Just that's my own little personal thing. I like to save everything just to be completely safe on it. You don't have to. We can go ahead and publish it right away. It'll do the exact same thing for you. That's my OCD thing, though. All right, so as we save it, it's now active on here. Here's the active URL we can utilize, and you can actually change this ending URL. We can't change this first part on here. So if you notice, all the URLs below are going to have the same start to it, but we can change this last part. All right, so if we click on the little three dots on the right-hand side, as you can see, we can change the URL on here immediately. So I'm going to change this, and maybe I just want to make it 2414-Illinois Street, or I'll just put Illinois. I'll click Create on here. Just to make it a little bit more of a unique URL so that when people go to it, they'll actually see that and they'll know it's for this property. All right, so if I open this up real quick, all right, now I can see where people can actually sign in right away and view more information about the property. So this is a great way to capture all of your contact information from different leads that might be coming over, say for instance for an open house, just coming over to see the property, whatever it might be. So in this case, it's great to actually add inside, this on here for a landing page. Bring a laptop, bring a tablet, because then this will automatically add over to your contact section, and it'll display anyone that's signed in on that form under your leads section on here. All right, so that way you can capture those leads and automatically add them over to your contacts in Command immediately. Now, once again, you can come through here and tweak this right away by clicking the Edit option on here, and that'll help out immediately. All right, so the best part about it is that's the simplest way to make a little kind of sign-in form. And then if you flip the script on here, if you flip this and put it at the bottom, all right, you could leave it at the top, obviously, but if you put this at the bottom down there as well, all right, that'll make it a little bit easier too. All right, just to make a single property page for people to actually go to learn more about this listing. All right, so it'll make it that simple to utilize right away. All right, so that's how you can make a quick and easy sign-in sheet for your listing through Command. So there you go. So that is your KW Command tip for the day.